skip the Riker episode and watch Star Trek Enterprise's real finale instead. When Star Trek Enterprise bowed out in 2005, the series finale, These Are the Voyages, was meant to be a grand send-off for the last live-action Star Trek show of its era. Instead, it became one of the most divisive endings in franchise history. By framing the story as a holodeck simulation observed by the Next Generation's Commander Riker and Counselor Troi, the final episode sidelined the very crew that fans had spent 4 seasons following. To this day, many Trekkies argue that the Riker episode, as it's often derisively called, isn't the true ending of Enterprise. For them, the real finale had already aired the week before, Terra Prime. The problem with the Riker episode, These Are the Voyages, was billed as a Valentine to the fans, but instead, it left many feeling cheated. The final mission of Captain Archer and his crew is told entirely through Riker's eyes as he uses a holodeck recreation to solve his own ethical dilemma back on the Enterprise D. While the premise sounded like a fun crossover on paper, it robbed Enterprise of emotional closure. The NX-01 crew, Archer, Topple, Trip, Reed, Mayweather, Hoshi, and Phlox, deserved to have their story end on their own terms. Instead, the finale reduced them to background players in Riker's holodeck adventure. Key developments, such as the signing of the Federation Charter, were brushed aside. Trip's death was rushed, senseless, and framed more as Riker's lesson than as the culmination of Trip's journey. The finale's nostalgic TNG cameos overshadowed the crew we'd grown attached to over 4 years, making it feel less like Enterprise's ending and more like a misplaced episode of The Next Generation. Terra Prime, the real ending fans deserved. Contrast that with Terra Prime, the 22nd episode of Season 4 and the conclusion of a 2-part story arc. In many ways, it functions as the show's true finale. The episode pits the crew against Terra Prime, a xenophobic faction on Earth led by John Frederick Paxton. His mission is to expel all alien influence from humanity's future, using fear and intimidation to fracture the fragile alliances Archer has worked so hard to build. What makes Terra Prime resonate as a finale is its thematic weight. It brings the series full circle by confronting the central question Enterprise always explored. Can humanity overcome its fears and prejudices to boldly step into the stars? Paxton's xenophobia is a mirror of Earth's worst instincts, while Archer's leadership shows the best of what humanity can be. The episode reaffirms the core Star Trek vision of unity, cooperation, and hope for a better future. The emotional core, Trip and Topple. Perhaps the most powerful element of Terra Prime is the subplot involving Trip and T'Pol's clone daughter, Elizabeth. Created through genetic manipulation, Elizabeth becomes the embodiment of human-Vulcan unity, proof that 2 cultures can blend to create something new and meaningful. Her tragic death at the end of the episode hits hard, not only for Trip and Topple but for the audience as well. Unlike the shock value death Trip suffers in These Are the Voyages, Elizabeth's passing is narratively rich and thematically resonant. It leaves Trip and Topple devastated but also solidifies the importance of their bond and the broader project of interspecies cooperation. The NX-01 crew walks away with renewed purpose, carrying Elizabeth's legacy into the future Federation. A finale that honors the crew. Terra Prime gives every member of Archer's crew a role in shaping history. Hoshi's brilliance, Reed's loyalty, Mayweather's piloting, Phlox's compassion all shine in the fight against Paxton's forces. And most importantly, Archer himself steps into the role history always promised him, the man who would lay the groundwork for the United Federation of Planets. His speech at the end of the arc, delivered to Earth and its colonies, is stirring and heartfelt. It foreshadows the principles of inclusion and cooperation that would define the Federation for centuries. It's not just the ending of a 2-part story. It's the culmination of everything Enterprise had been building toward. Why fans skip the finale? Because of this, many Star Trek fans choose to stop their rewatch of Enterprise with Terra Prime. It feels like the natural conclusion, the moment when Archer's crew proves once and for all that humanity is ready for its place among the stars. By contrast, These Are the Voyages undercuts that narrative and sidelines the characters in favor of nostalgia for another series. In fan circles, Terra Prime has become known as the real finale, with the final broadcast episode largely ignored or treated as non-canon. Even some of the actors, including Dominic Keating Reid and Connor Trinneer Tripp, have expressed frustration with how the show's actual